In this video, we will work problem 9-9A that is on page 345 of your textbook. And you will use work paper let's see, it is work paper 298 and 299. Work paper 298, 299. So problem 9-9A says, Willamette Manufacturing estimated that its total payroll for the coming year would be $650,000. So that's your estimated payroll. The workers' compensation insurance premium rate for this company is 0.3%. So our first requirement asks us to calculate the estimated workers' compensation insurance premium and prepare a journal entry for the payment as of January 2nd. So we will calculate the estimated payment. $650,000 is our estimated payroll. Our rate is 0.3%. So our estimated premium is $1,950. So we're going to pay this premium on January 2nd. And we will debit workers' compensation. And again, I'm having to abbreviate because this stylus writes rather large, but it's workers' compensation insurance expense debited for $1,950, and cash will be credited for $1,950. Our explanation is going to be paid, estimated, and I'm just going to abbreviate WC, or workers' compensation insurance premium. Okay, so that's at the beginning of the year when we pay the premium based on what we think or what we estimate our payroll to be. So the second requirement for this problem says assume that Willamette Manufacturing's actual payroll for the year was $672,000. Calculate the total insurance premium owed and prepare a journal entry as of December 31st to record the adjustment for the underpayment. The actual payment of the additional premium will take place in January of the next year. So in this scenario, our actual payroll is more than what we estimated. And if the actual payroll is more than what we estimated at the beginning of the year, then we are going to owe an additional premium. The additional premium is not going to be paid until January, so we will record it as a liability because we do owe the money for the year ended December 31st. So here, the first thing that we'll do is calculate what the actual premium is. So $672,000, the actual payroll times our rate. The actual premium is $2,016. Less our estimated premium, what we've already paid. We already paid at the beginning of the year $1,950. So when we subtract that, we will get the additional premium that we owe. The additional premium due is $66. So we owe an additional $66 for our workers' compensation insurance. And so we will date this entry December 31st into the year. And since we owe an additional amount, this is going to be additional workers' compensation insurance expense. It's additional expense. Workers' comp insurance expense will be debited for 66. And because we are not actually going to pay this until sometime in January, then what we need to show is the liability. And the account we use is called Workers' Compensation Insurance Payable. $66 credit. And so our explanation is going to be adjustment for insurance premium. Okay, so that's what the entry looks like every time if the actual payroll is more than the estimated payroll. Okay, now we'll go to requirement 3. It says, assume instead that Willamette Manufacturing's actual payroll for the year was $634,000. Prepare a journal entry as of December 31st for the total amount that should be refunded. The refund will not be received until next year. Okay, so in this case, the actual payroll is less than what we estimated our payroll to be at the beginning of the year. And when your actual payroll is less, then you're going to do a refund. But the refund is not going to be given until sometime in the next year. So when we make the adjustment, we're going to use a receivable account because you're not actually going to be receiving the cash immediately. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is calculate what our actual premium would be based on our actual payroll. So in this scenario, the actual payroll was $634,000 times our rate of 0.3%. Our actual premium is $1,902. We're going to subtract the estimated premium that we paid at the beginning of the year. That was $1,950. So you see we overpaid by $48. We overpaid by $48. So we are due a refund of $48. So when the actual payroll is less than the estimated payroll, then the entry to adjust that at the end of the year is a debit to insurance refund receivable for the $48 overpayment, and the credit is to workers' compensation insurance expense. You're actually going to be taking it out of the expense account because you really did not incur that much expense. You're going to get the $48 back, even though it's going to be in January. So again, our explanation will be the same. Adjustment for insurance premium. Okay, and so that is how you, number one, record the payment of the premium based on your estimated payroll. We did that in step 1. And then in step 2, this is how you would handle the situation where the actual payroll was or is more than the estimated. And then in scenario 3, your actual payroll was less than the estimated at the beginning of the year. So this is what your entry would look like. Okay, and that is problem 9, 9A.